The first regular meeting of the Jersey City Board of Education in 2015 was 2014 all over again, as Jersey City Education Association President Ronnie Greco and former JCBOE President Sangeeta Ranade clashed over the teacher's contract to cheers and jeers from the crowd. Greco said that while he was optimistic for what he claimed was the first meeting with the board and mediator from the Public Relations Employment Commission over a week ago, it was essentially a waste of a day and that the board had no intention of settling the contract issue. In addition, Greco delivered an estimated 4,000 grievance letters to the board in response to the district's decision to reprimand teachers for protesting the change in start time to report card night.
I'm here, unfortunately, again to speak about the contract negotiations. I know we're not supposed to, I'm the one who always says that we don't negotiate in public, in newspapers or things like that. But I'll just say, back at the August meeting when you announced to your board that there was mediation coming, and you were the Board of Ed then at the time, the president filed for mediation with the teachers group. And then I came in September and said we have teachers, we have paraprofessionals, we have secretaries, the clerks, and the INCASA folks at the board. There are 4 distinct groups that make up the JCBOE union. So we filed for impasse for the other 3 groups so that we could commence the process together, which we did. I was very optimistic about a week and a half ago when we went up to the 8th floor to meet with the mediator and the reps for the Board of Ed, the 2 attorneys that you have. I was surprised to see a labor relations consultant now in the mix, which is fine. That's your prerogative. You know, we have consultants too if we need to bring them to the table. But I was surprised at the tone of the meeting. I went in there optimistic with 4 major proposals. When you get to this point, 22 months into the process, and you want to nickel and dime me about you have to go back to Lincoln High School, and we're not giving you money for fits, that's bull. We're 22 months into the process. I have letters here from the former president and the superintendent. The more we're able to come together, the more we will be able to continue to find common ground, the teachers, the community, so on and so forth. I don't see any intention here to settle a contract. When we sat down and wasted a day with the mediator, a free day that the Public Employment Relations Commission gave us, when we meet again on February 10th, you and I, the union, have to now split the cost of the mediator to come here to this district. The mediator was clearly aggravated and ended the session early when he said, we're done. And Mr. Taylor and I both looked and said, we're done? We were booked till 6 o'clock. We were out there by 3:30. And the mediator said, yeah, we're done. We, the union, have 4 major proposals. You came in with 50, and then you narrowed it down to 6. You want to nitpick, you want to bicker, there was a fighting stance in the room. That's not the point to do this. You should have did that a year ago, 22 months ago. If you're serious about settling the contract, and I keep telling everyone this, now is the time, because we were furnished on January 12th of 2015 with all the financial information we've been requesting for over a year. Now is the time to sit down, go to a conference facility for a weekend, for a week, for a month, for whatever it takes. That's how a contract is achieved. We're meeting again on February 10th. Let's stop the nonsense and posturing. Get your 5 biggest proposals, come to the table, and let's do this. I'm going to ask, I don't know who wants this. I have 4,000 grievance letters that someone here is going to take, because I'm not riding around burning gas in my car. Easter's coming up, whatever you want to do, let's go to a conference facility and settle this contract. But we're not going to talk and waste time with nonsense proposals. And everyone's frozen for 100 years on the salary guide. Doesn't work that way.
Ranade disputed Greco, claiming that the meeting was the second between the union, board, and PERC mediator, and added that the board didn't want to fire quality teachers because of an expensive contract. As well, Ranade not only articulated her position on the contract issue, she responded to jeers from the crowd.
And I did want to just mention that we had our second of 3 mediation sessions last week. So that is the process that the union and the district has agreed to in order to move forward on the contract. There were a couple things that were said that are just factually incorrect. There have been meetings since August of last year. Actually, we had 3 meetings scheduled between August and November that were canceled by the union, but there was a meeting at the end of December 2014. It was the last meeting of the year to discuss progress on the contract. It is a really difficult and sticky situation. 3-4 years ago, when the last contract was approved, there was a 15% raise in there. And then shortly thereafter, there were layoffs because the district couldn't afford that contract. The school district in Trenton just announced today that they are laying off 350 people. I think one of the teachers who spoke said, we don't want to lose our quality teachers. And that's exactly right. We don't. We don't want to lose them because they don't want to work here, and we certainly don't want to lose them because we have to fire them because we can't afford our contracts. And that's the reality of the situation that we're in. We are trying as hard as we can to get this contract negotiated. I know when we look at other districts that are state-controlled, the state has come in and taken a very strong stand in those negotiations, like in Newark. They negotiated merit pay. In Patterson, they negotiated no increment increases without tying it to performance evaluations. I think we can do better. I know we can do better, but I would like to say, we sat here, we listened to all of the public comment, and I think it's only respectful to actually give the board the opportunity to comment as well. And what I'd like to say is if we want to get this contract done, then it does require everybody coming to the table and discussing the issues that are not in sync. But the value of mediation is the next meeting, the final meeting is February 10th. And after that meeting, a public report comes out that outlines everything that has happened. It goes into fact-finding, and fact-finding results in the report. But the point is, some of this information that has come out here is simply not accurate, and you will be able to read it from the mediator who is independent when that report is provided.
I'm Michael Shuren with Hudson County View, the eye of the community.